Are you struggling to manifest your specific person? Well, today I'm here with a complete no BS guide, the grit, the cold hard truth of what I feel is necessary to manifest your specific person. And don't forget, I have manifested my own person back as well, so I've been where you are. But before I do drop this truth on you, if you could drop me a like and a comment on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and be sure to click that bell icon so you don't miss any future videos that will change your life. But now let's get into this video. So what is the cold hard truth? The no BS, the full nitty gritty of manifesting a person. First and foremost, you need to live in the end. Your reality is built upon whatever you feed your subconscious mind through the use of your awareness. So your thoughts, your feelings, whatever you make use of your imagination for, and so on. That is passed on to your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind then gets to work weaving the webs of the new reality based on those thoughts and assumptions, based on that awareness. So when trying to manifest a specific person, you do need to be living in the end. In one form or another, you need to be directing your awareness to the outcome of being, doing, or having whatever it is that you desire to be, do, or have. The techniques that you hear on YouTube, you read in books and see on Reddit and so on, those are just ways to direct your state of consciousness. If I was to say to you, think as though you're in a relationship, that's so vague that unless you have experience in this kind of thing, doesn't really give you much to go on. But if I was to say, visualize a scene that implies you have your person, or affirm a statement that implies you have your person, much easier, which is why the techniques are recommended. But ultimately, anything that goes through your mind, essentially, your thoughts, the feelings that are a result of your thoughts and your perspectives, your imagination, your daydreams, all of that kind of stuff, that's all being taken in by your subconscious mind. So to be able to create the reality that you wish to experience, you need to ensure, regardless of the method that you choose to use, you are using your mind to see things as though they are the way that you desire them to be, as though you are with this person, affirming statements that imply it, visualizing scenes that imply it, scripting stories that imply it, and so on. And you want to ensure that that is being done more frequently and more dominantly than you're letting your mind say, they're not mine, this isn't working, is this ever going to work, and things like that. Because your subconscious mind has no way of sifting between what's a doubt and a fear and what's a excitement or an expectation or so on. It just goes, thought and or feeling attached to it must be true. So you want to ensure that what you are doing, whatever technique, whatever method, whatever times of the day, whatever kind of routine you have, that is more potent in terms of the amount that you're dwelling in it and so on, than anything that says that you don't have your desire when your desire comes to mind. If you're thinking about your job, you're not screwing up your manifestation for your person. If you're thinking about your person, you're not screwing up your manifestation about your job. So that is the element of living in the end. That will help feed your subconscious mind the desired story that implies you have your person, and with consistency, persistence, and discipline in continuing to go back to that space, you will have your person. But there is one extra thing that I wanted to mention today that I think is a very key value. Not an absolute necessity, but I do think is extremely beneficial. And that is becoming your best self, or becoming and viewing yourself as the person you want them to view you as. For example, I received an email the other day from, it wasn't a client, it was a viewer, but they were wanting to go into coaching. So it was an initiation email essentially. And they were speaking on this idea that they wanted their person to love them and prioritize them and see them as the best thing since sliced bread. My term, not theirs. And just all of these amazing things. And then I went, oh, awesome. But do you see yourself like that? Because the rest of their email was pretty much, this was my childhood, this was this, and this is my work life, and it was all just bad stuff, essentially. So I was like, do you even see yourself the way that you want them to see you? And they came back and they were like, no, actually, that's partially what I would like some help with, which is great. Congratulations to that person for wanting to change. But this is something that many of us, myself included earlier on in my journey, do. We want to see this person seeing us a certain way or showing up treating us a certain way. And yet we don't even see ourselves that way. We don't even treat ourselves as the priority and such things like that. So, and I've used this analogy before, but think of manifestation like building a house. Becoming your best self in the manifestation community, sort of better known as self-concept, is the foundations you build that house on. You can build a house anywhere, but if it doesn't have a solid foundation, how long is it going to last? How difficult is it going to be to build? And so on. And this is what many people do experience. They affirm until the cows come home without working on any of their insecurities or doubts or fears. And then once they get their desire, that old self comes creeping in because they never fully resolved it. And that's when the troubles come. So what I highly advocate is doing the manifestation work, because that is necessary to creating an outcome. And simultaneously to that, start seeing yourself as your best self. Start accomplishing things in life so you can say, hey, look at what I can do. Look how much value I bring. Start tackling the daily challenges of life so you can build up your self-efficacy, a lesser known version of the side of self-esteem. Essentially, your trust within yourself to be able to come basic challenges. Start saying no when it's time to say no. When someone wants you to do something that's something you don't want to do, when maybe normally you would do it anyway because you want them to like you. Start building up your self-respect by putting you first. Start building up your self-efficacy by overcoming challenges no matter how scary. Start building up your self-concept by seeing yourself a new way. Making the claims that you're worthy and deserving and good enough and all that amazing stuff, because that's going to build a better foundation. It's much easier for you to say, yeah, they love me, they're never going anywhere, when you actually believe that you're worth that kind of treatment. As opposed to sitting there thinking, I'm so insecure, I'm so scared I'm going to lose them, I'm so scared this isn't going to work, I'm terrified of this, I'm terrified of that. And then trying to say, but they love me, they want me, they're in a relationship with me. Can still definitely work, and I'm not saying that it won't, but I'm saying it's a lot easier to do so when you have that foundation built beneath yourself. And you don't have to swap out one for the other. Do them simultaneously. Have your routine for SP, have your routine for yourself. When things naturally come up regarding SP, deal with them the way that you would in your end result. When things naturally come up regarding your self-concept, deal with them the way that you would in your end result. Work on them simultaneously. Build a strong foundation so that you can build a strong house that is going to last. Because that's what I did. With Katie, I affirmed till the cows come home. I kept on an eye on all of my thoughts, or as much as I could, and I did all of the building of that house. But simultaneously, I looked at my life and I thought, I've got great friends. I've got this, I've got that. I offer this, I have this to offer, I can do this. And I built up my understanding of my worth and value within myself and within this external reality. And that allowed me to say, you know what? If I get her, great. If I don't, that's actually okay. Because look at me. And it was literally the day later that she dropped me that phone call. Of course, I missed the phone call, called her back, we met up and then reconciled. The day after, understanding my value and being able to let go of the constant need for her we reconciled. And then once we reconciled, I actually didn't affirm all that much after that to build the better relationship. Instead, I put all of my focus on being the best version of me so I could naturally show up for her in the best way. I could naturally have that state of consciousness of, I'm the best option. I'm the best person. And when you naturally have that kind of view, your reality naturally proves it to you. So she became more loving. She became more feminine. She became more attentive. She became nicer. I became nicer. Our arguments lessened. And when we did argue, they weren't so explosive and we actually came to a common ground conclusion and so on. And I genuinely attribute that to the foundation that I built beneath myself while trying to manifest her back. Identifying your strengths and weaknesses, build upon your strengths more so, focus on doing the things that you're good at more to build up your value within yourself, but also work on those weaknesses and build them up so you're not so scared or concerned or anything like that. Create value within yourself, create value to offer other people. And I do want to clarify, when I say create value to offer other people, you don't need to change anything to manifest someone. In a sense of, you don't need to earn more money. You don't need to have a bigger house or be taller or something like that, because it's your state of consciousness. But when you do build up areas, you build up a better sense of self-worth and pride, which then allows you to be able to manifest things easier because you naturally view yourself as a better person. Ever since I built this business, yes, I do think I have more value to offer. Not because I have more money to give, but the person I became along the way, from being thousands of pounds in debt to having a business that is vastly successful. Doesn't matter if I was back then or now in terms of the 3D, but the person I am in here and in here compared to back then and now is completely different. And that's why I feel like I have so much to offer. So of course, live in the end, offer everything that you can within your imagination, show your subconscious mind you're with your person, and simultaneously become the version, or at least start seeing yourself as the version that you want to be treated like. If you want them to prioritize you, you prioritize you. If you want them to love you, you start loving you. If you want them to accept your insecurities, you accept your insecurities. If you want them to help you overcome your insecurities, you start overcoming your insecurities. We get more of what we are, not what we want. So if you want them to offer more things, you've got to already be giving it to yourself, at least to some degree. You can't be neglecting your own needs and expect someone else to show up and do it for you. Because your subconscious mind sees needs are being neglected, here's more of that. So remember that. Live in the end so your submind knows what direction to take it. Build up your sense of self-worth and the value you hold within yourself and that what you can offer those around you. And that will help build a stronger foundation for the direction that your subconscious mind is taking you. But thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, drop me a like and a comment to let me know. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and be sure to click that bell icon. Check out my music, which is down below in the description. And if you do need any one-to-one help, in fact, I'm actually going to put up a little screenshot of an amazing review that I received here right now. But if you need any one-to-one help, down below in that comment section and the description are all the links to my services to help you with just that. But thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.